Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Ask the Experts for Financial Services session. My name is Dennis Vanderlip. I'm an Industry Solutions Director at Microsoft in our Financial Services Group, and I'll be your moderator today. Let me take you through what to expect in the next 30 minutes. First, I'm going to tell you how you can engage with us during this 30-minute session for Q&A, and then I'll introduce you to the experts that we have on the phone, and then I'm going to open it up for your questions. So how can you engage with us and ask your questions? Use the chat to ask your questions, post anonymously or use your name, either one. Upvote some of your favorite questions, so we'll try hardest to get to those first. And our experts are going to be answering you both in the chat box and also via video. Etiquette for our call. The session will be recorded, so you don't need to do that. Please don't record the session. And we do ask that you adhere to our Microsoft Code of Conduct. For our Microsoft Code of Conduct, we really just can't tolerate any disruptive or disrespectful behavior, messages, images, or interactions by any of us on the phone. And we thank you for respecting that. So let me introduce you to our experts today. First is Anu Chawla, who's the Director of Partner Development. Anu manages some of our largest, most important financial services partners. Chad Hamblin, the Director of Financial Services, who focuses on delivering excellent, or helping our customers deliver excellent customer service and enhancing both teamwork and collaboration. Dalia Ophir, Director of Financial Services. Dalia works with some of our largest financial insurance carriers in the United States. Dave Dadoun, Managing Director. Dave is responsible for global regulatory compliance and financial services at Microsoft. Dara Morrissey, Director of Business Strategy and Financial Services. Myself, Dennis Vanderlip, I'm the Worldwide Insurance Industry Lead at Microsoft. Peter Hazoo, Director of Business Strategy for Financial Services, focusing in on payments and core systems. And finally, Rupesh Kendry, who's our lead Worldwide Capital Markets Industry Lead. So welcome to all of our experts and welcome to everybody on the phone. Let me kick this off with a couple first questions. And this one's going to be to Dara. Dara, many of the people on the call might have seen Bill Borden, our corporate vice president, talk about the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services. What new capabilities are available for public preview for this Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services?
Thanks, Dennis. Well, we've got 4 great new capabilities that we're delivering in public preview. These can be deployed a la carte or in combination. Firstly, we have customer onboarding, which enables our customers to make loan applications faster with self-service tools to streamline the loan process to enhance customer experience and drive loyalty. Secondly, we have banking customer engagement. This is really about personalizing every customer interaction with deep customer engagement along the way so that they engage on their preferred channel in the right way and at the right time. Thirdly, we have Loan Manager. This helps banks to automate their loan processes, facilitate omnichannel communications. And what we want to do is enhance employee productivity inside the bank by reducing risk and by introducing a comprehensive view around the loan application process. And we bring that right into the Teams platform. Lastly, we have Unified Customer Profile. This is around tailoring experience via a 360 view of the customer with suggested next best actions. And we bring together different data around their financial, behavioral, and demographics.
Thank you very much, Dara. One more question for Rupesh. Rupesh, when is the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services available in preview?
Yeah, great question. Thanks, Dennis. So the way we have planned now is that public preview opens for customers on March 31st of this year, so in a few weeks. We haven't yet announced general availability dates yet. Those will be announced in the near future.
Great, thank you very much, Rupesh. Dave, when can we deploy, or can our customers deploy preview VITs in their production environments?
No, they cannot, but certainly one of the things they can do is they can test in a sandbox environment.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'm going to take a quick look at the meeting chat and see if we have any questions there. All right, Dara, another question for you, maybe a more technical question for the technical audience on the phone. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the capabilities are delivered? What capabilities are delivered by the Microsoft platform in the Microsoft cloud?
Sure thing, Dennis. So we designed this to be modular. And as I mentioned before, you can deliver these capabilities by themselves or in combination. And we really designed it to easily integrate with solutions, both from our partners, plus the existing technology investments deployed by our banking customers. In the demo to build session, you might have seen some of the great capabilities delivered by the Power Platform on Microsoft 365. In Loan Manager, we saw these powerful loan management capabilities delivered right into the team's pane of glass. In the background, we saw you're seeing Power Automate from our Power Platform used to streamline and automate some of those processes. We also see Power Virtual Agents be used in the customer onboarding scenario. All of these capabilities are built on our common data model, which is our common data schema, which we use for our own solutions, plus partners that can also extend on that platform. And foundationally, this all runs on Azure Trusted Cloud with all of our investments in security and regulatory compliance. The key thing to note too is that Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services is not a separate sovereign cloud. So if you're already on Azure or Office 365 or Dynamics, you can use these existing capabilities without having to move to another cloud. This is all additive to everything that we've built already.
Great, thank you very much, Dara. A question to Anu, who looks after our financial services partners. Anu, if you're an ISV or an SI that offers capabilities to their financial services customers, is Microsoft actually competing with me now?
No, actually the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services offers a vast array of interoperable building blocks designed to solve problems that are unique to the financial services industry. Partners, whether they're ISVs or SIs, can extend those solutions available in the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services to customize or augment what a customer experience would be out of the box. Partners can also create new and differentiated experiences using these building blocks.
Great, sorry about that. It took me a minute to come off mute. Another question, and I'll tackle this one. How much will the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services cost? Like the Microsoft Cloud for Healthcare, this is the preview period is free for participants. Pricing is under development currently for when the Microsoft Financial Services Cloud comes up for general availability. So I want to take a look and see if we have any additional questions here. Okay, I don't think we do. Just one second. So another question for Dara. Some of the other big players in the market have announced industry clouds also. How is the Microsoft Cloud different than that? How can we differentiate that?
Great question, Dennis. I think what makes our cloud different is the focus on helping our customers and partners alike to unlock new value creation through a comprehensive platform to drive improved customer experience and drive down cost. As I mentioned before, we've designed these to be very customizable, which is really important to enable industry-specific customization. And again, it's built, built on the great investments that we've made in terms of working with regulators and making this the best cloud that we can from a compliance point of view.
Great, thank you very much, Dara. And over to you, Dave. Does the Financial Services Cloud offer a higher level of security or regulatory compliance in comparison to other online services? Should financial services make use of this offer to increase their security or regulatory compliance?
Thanks, Dennis. So I would say a few things. First of all, regulatory compliance is foundational for our cloud services in the financial services industry, something we've actually invested in quite heavily for the past few years. In that respect, nothing changes. Certainly what we will be doing is to extend our regulatory compliance in connection with additional capabilities we offer. So think of this as a superset on regulatory compliance for our customers to meet their regulatory compliance needs.
Great, thank you very much, Dave. Any other questions from the audience? Go ahead and type those questions into the meeting chat if there's anything that we can answer for you.
Dennis, I think there's a few more questions that were in the that we sent over in the chat window. You can get a chance to take them.
Okay, great. So this one's over to Rupesh. Can you talk a little bit about the capital markets insurance capabilities?
So I think it's suffice to say, in terms of what we've announced now, our new capability is specific to consumer banking or retail banking. And those are the ones that form the first evolution of the Financial Services Cloud. However, we will now broaden the capabilities going forward, which will begin to address other industry segments, such as capital markets or insurance. We haven't announced anything on that so far, but stay tuned for that area.
Great, thank you very much. And I'm not sure if we got this one answered. I'm going to throw it over to Dara. Will there be REST APIs published? If so, can you explain what will be supported and what won't be?
Yes, Dennis, I think that we will publish all of these closer to general availability. There was also a follow-up question on this topic, which was around how do I integrate to my existing core systems. We can do this in a number of different ways. Through the Power Platform, we have about 200 connectors that allow you to hook it into different data sources, other applications. So we designed this to be as open as possible to allow you to integrate in different ways. Plus, you can also build your own custom integration through the capabilities of the Power Platform.
Great, thank you very much. And another question for Anu. Anu, how can partners get involved or sign up to be involved in the evolution of the Microsoft Financial Services Cloud?
Yeah, thanks, Dennis, for that question. On the March the 8th, we will be releasing information about a public preview, which starts towards the end of the month. I'll put a link in the chat window regarding kind of how partners can stay updated around getting set up for that public preview. But really, that's the opportunity for partners to get more information about what we talked about today, but also participate while we're building this product with the help of our partners before we go GA.
Great, thank you very much, Anu. Back to you, Dave. Will the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services meet regulatory requirements in my jurisdiction?
So it's a good question. A few points about that. First of all, every jurisdiction in terms of what the regulatory requirements have to be analyzed individually, number one. But having said that, we've taken a broad view in terms of ensuring we have built-in capabilities, and also we have provided commitments in our contracts to meet regulatory requirements around the globe. That means that for most markets, our cloud is fit for purpose to meet those regulatory requirements. There could be some outlying jurisdictions, for example, Indonesia, that has data localization requirements. Having said that, We just announced we're installing a data centers in Indonesia, and so that's one more market where we're working to tackle regulatory issues.
Great, thank you very much, Dave. This one is for Dalia. Dalia, how does Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services align to customer demands and industry trends that we see?
Looking ahead, we expect to see bank, capital markets, firms, and insurance organizations to continue to support the remote workforce and invest in a customer experience and add products and services to better service customers throughout the pandemic recovery. And this is during the recovery period and into what becomes the next phase of the new normal.
Thank you very much, Dalia. I appreciate it. Dave, there's another question for you, and I think it was in the chat regarding APAC and availability there.
Sure. So first of all, we have a number of financial institutions using our cloud services, including for core systems throughout APAC region. And that's because of the capabilities we provide. Certainly to the extent that customers have concerns about using cloud services because of their own internal compliance requirements, they certainly have flexibility how to manage that, including building in features in-house. Certainly our cloud services are extensible, but as you've also heard, we have tremendous partners to extend those capabilities as well. So bottom line is customers have a range of choice. They can go first party with us based on what we offer. They can do stuff in-house based on the extended capabilities we offer of our platform. And of course, they can work with our partners as well.
Great, thank you very much. I'm going to take a brief moment to take a look at if there's anything else in the chat. Dara, I'm not sure if you had the chance to answer this one. I think it's around how the REST APIs will be consumed. Is this an app source? Apologies if you tackled it, but any further information on that?
Yeah, I actually replied to Raj in the chat. So okay. It won't be so much an app in App Source. They're all going to be deployed based on the existing SaaS capabilities of Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 in public preview. So there will be like a portal where customers will download the different technology pieces and then deploy them into their tenancies.
Great, thank you very much. Over to Anu again. Can you talk a little bit more about what you see as the opportunities that exist for partners to build on top of or together with the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services?
Yeah, absolutely. When we think about building on top of the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services, there are many different things that we've talked about in terms of how do you actually take advantage of our base platform capabilities and extend those with services, whether they're risk or core systems or solutions that are augmenting what we offer from a platform level, and offer the same enterprise promises that we offer from a platform level to those finished solutions or services that our partners are building. So that build motion is going to be very key, where partners take our assets and then build on top of them. Then there's also the opportunity for system integrators where they can actually implement. So many customers require complex integration work where they have many legacy systems that they will wish to integrate with, and many hybrid systems as well. So there's also this body of work that has to happen where system integrators will come together and work with Microsoft as well as other partner solutions to help customers implement and get the value of the systems working together. So many opportunities, Dennis.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. There's another question that comes up quite often, and I'll take that one. Similar to the question regarding capital markets that Rupesh answered. As we've begin building out the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services, we really have started in retail banking. And some of our insurance customers are wondering if there's going to be an opportunity for us to move and expand this beyond retail banking and into insurance. And there is, and that is what we're working on doing over time, expanding beyond retail banking to capital markets and insurance. Looks like we have a question from Karen Cohn. Can the Financial Services Cloud provide any value in the payments arena? I'm not sure that Peter is still on the phone. I know we had some technical difficulties. Karen, I'll have Peter reach out to you and get back to you on that, okay? So let's move on to Dara. How does the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services tie to Microsoft's wider business strategy?
That's a great question, Dennis. I think what we want to do is really think about meeting customers where they are. We've been on a journey from being a very horizontal company to building industry-specific solutions, and bringing great innovation from our partners, tailoring what we do from an engineering perspective to the unique requirements of this industry are really key. Also, in some of the messaging that Satya landed this week, we have a really unique model, I think, in terms of how our business model works. We don't take money and then compete with you on the side as a bank. So I think it's really about what we really want to do is empower every bank, every insurance company to be better. We're not looking to move into this industry ourselves.
Great, thank you very much. I'm going to take a quick look through and see if there's any additional questions that I can answer. And at the same time, if there's any questions or anything from Dara, Rupesh, Anu, and Dave that you'd like to mention, we've got just a few minutes left.
I think we had a question or two, Dennis, around availability of this solution. So you can think about it as being available anywhere that there's Azure and Office 365 and Dynamics. We see this being available there. There might be some localization that has to take place in some parts of the world, but it should be available everywhere where we have a cloud deployed. As it's not a separate cloud, this is going to build on the existing kind of cloud that's already been deployed and customers are using.
Great, thank you very much.
Dennis, if I may, I wanted to address one of the questions that came out regarding payments in the cloud. And just a few days ago, we've of course made a lot of investments in terms of compliance and security in our cloud. But just a few days ago, we announced Azure increased security with regards to payment card industry with the 3 domain secure compliance. So there's a really great blog entry that I put into the chat window, which talks about what Microsoft is doing to help companies really, take payments to the cloud in a hyperscale way. So just wanted to add on top of that question.
Yeah, one question I didn't get to answer in the chat was around from Indy around how do we expand on the capabilities for core banking. That would also probably include payments solutions and how we're going to modernize these to run on Azure. So again, we would deliver a lot of these capabilities through our partners. As we get to GA, we're going to work with partners to bring them into this. It's really, we have some great partners already building solutions where you can run these workloads in the cloud. And Anu's organization are doing a fantastic job there to recruit and onboard these partners and drive success for them and our customers.
Great, thank you, Dara. We have just a couple minutes left. I may pause just to give people a chance to type any last-minute questions in. And if there's anything else from our expert team that you'd like to chime in on, you can also do that now.
Yeah, one thing I would encourage everyone to do is look on YouTube at the product demo videos. So we deployed a set of demos to YouTube where we kind of show the solutions in action. So what I'll try and do is put these into the chat before the end of the call.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, if there aren't any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and bring us to a close here. First of all, thank you very much for spending this time with us. We appreciate it. I've got a couple links for you for resources and next steps You can click on the link in the video or in the deck. It's Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services. I think it will also be placed in the chat. So unless there are any other questions or comments from our team on this side, I'm going to go ahead and thank everybody and close this meeting out and have a great Ignite. Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.